The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
I was in Madrid, Spain. Madrid is not only famous for their football club, Real Madrid, but anybody that sports over here knows they have a basketball team. Real Madrid, ich nicht gewusst. I didn't even know. And the NBA invites me to come to Madrid. It wasn't that long ago. They're playing a basketball game. I go to Madrid. I walk in, and Kadaka, like I always do, I walk around my yarmulke. So I'm in Madrid. And I'm sitting there with the commissioner of the NBA, and I see a bunch of people looking at me, and some guy comes over to me and says, Shalom, Shalom. So happy to see a Yid with a yarmulke sitting here in Spain. I said, Shalom, how are you? What's your name? He tells me he's very impressed that there's a frum guy here that's in this world. And I was stopped there for Shabbos. I tell this guy, I said, maybe you know near my hotel where there's a minyan. He says, sure, I'll tell you. I know where it is. It's a 15-minute walk. It's not Anisha Zayvat. I said, you know what? I'll make you a deal. I'm going to get lost. Why should I ask the concierge? You come and pick me up and take me to shul. That's what I told him. Why I said that? I said it. Sure enough, Shabbos morning, we make up. 8:45, he comes to pick me up. He takes me to the shul. The Ruv is going to have a heart attack. Comes over to me. He says, who are you? I said, why? He says, for 10 years, he's trying to get this Heverman to come to shul. This Heverman has never been in shul in 10 years. He says, What are you, you're a malach? How'd you get this guy to come to shul? I said, I didn't do anything. Make a long story short, I follow up every month. I send him a text with the Ruv. The guy goes every Shabbos. He started putting on tefillin. From what? The cheshbon is very simple. Why did the Rabbeinu Shalom send me to Madrid? I tell my children, what's the guy valga sich in the Welt? Why did I have to go to a basketball game in Madrid, Spain? To be makar of this Yid, to make a Kiddush Hashem, to show that whatever you do in this world, there's a cheshbon to it. The Baruch Hashem gave you Hatzlucha, and he gave you Baruch Hashem Panasa, but he's also furthering from you. He's demanding from you that whatever you do, you gotta make a Kiddush Hashem. I had, it's how you conduct your business. I'll never forget, it was my first year that I had a license from the National Football League. That's like having a license from Manchester United. A lot of Manchester. It was a game changer. Boo. Okay, I don't know the politics here, Osman Shulikin, but it was a game changer in my business. And I go to my first Super Bowl, and they tell me that the main event that I have to attend to is a commissioner hosts a brunch. It's a brunch, pinked on Shabbos. And it was about maybe less than a mile away from my hotel. And I said, okay. I didn't know. It was definitely within the tchum. I was going my yarmulke. I went first in the morning to daven, came home. I washed. I had a siddur with my rebbitzin. And I said, you know what? Let me go walk to this brunch and give him the proper cover, tell him, how are you? Show my face. It was in Arizona. I'll never forget, it was in Arizona. It was a very hot day. And I'm walking, and as I'm walking, this car stops and says, could I offer you a ride? I said, it's my Sabbath. You know that I can't accept a ride. The second guy stops, the third guy stops. By the time I got there, it's already, the word is out that this Shlomo Werdiger, he came here by foot out of respect for the commissioner. I come in, the commissioner comes running to me, he says to me, it's true that you walked here? I said, yeah, not only is it true that I walked here, but I also have to walk back. He looks at me and he says, I really appreciate it. You're really, you respect men of faith. Okay, fast forward. It's now 9 months later. It's almost time for the next one. My secretary calls me up. Says she got a call from the assistant to the commissioner. And he wants to know what hotel I'm staying in at the Super Bowl. I said, okay, tell him. Make a long story short, it's 28 years later. 28 years now. Every time they check which hotel I'm in, and they make the brunch in my hotel that I shouldn't have to walk on Shabbos. 28 years. 28 years. So what I'm trying to say is you have to, bedarf sich nicht erschrecken. You don't have to be, if you're really consistent and you show them who you are, we show them that we're honest, we're moral, we make a Kiddush Hashem. Janet Yellen, everybody knows who Janet Yellen is. She's the Treasury Secretary of the United States. So maybe less 6 months ago, 9 months ago, she's coming in and she's giving a policy address in New York City. Policy address in New York City. My bank, that time is UBS, says it's a choshev event. They invite me to come and join them at this place, and it was in New York City and Times Square in the Marriott Marquis Hotel. Okay, it's a very choshev thing. I want to hear what she has to say. It affects, she opens her mouth. It affects billions of dollars all over the world. So I go to this event. I come in, and it's a packed room. There's 1,200 people in this room. And the minute I walk in, I see this guy in a tuxedo. Some maitre d' comes running over to me. He says, "You must be Mr. Werdiger." I said, "I am." I said, "Yes, what can I do for you?" He says, "Could you answer me a question?" He says, "This is a room full of bankers, private equity people. The Treasury Secretary of the United States is speaking. How many Jews do you think are in this room?" It's a loaded question. I didn't know what to answer him. I don't know if he's asking me good, bad. He says, "I didn't say anything." He says, "Do you think that 50% of the people in this room are Jewish?" I was thinking to myself, probably 95%, 90%. But I said, that's a good estimation. I think 50% says, "Mr. Werdiger, can I ask you a question? Why are you the only kosher meal ordered in the whole room?" I said, well, let's see a minute. I said, I can't take any credit. I said, I didn't order a kosher meal, but my bank knows that I go someplace, there has to be a kosher meal. They want me to come, there has to be a kosher meal. I hate unwrapping and the whole grachka. But Sachakal, they ordered me a kosher meal. I said, so it's not credit to me. It's credit that they understand that if I go someplace, that's what they need to do to get me to come. I'm sitting at this table, and there's, 10 people at the table, and I see 3 or 4 people, they become blass, they get white. And I didn't know what's going on over here. But obviously they were embarrassed. They were probably Yidden, and they were probably embarrassed that they didn't think. The next day I get a call from the bank. "Saul," they said to me, "these people that you saw sitting in the room that were turning colors, they all called me up the next day. And they said, from now on, wherever you invite us, wherever we go, we also need a kosher meal." So ending, I'm not the big tzaddik from Peltz. I'm not the role model that everybody can learn from. The one thing you can learn is you have to live an ehrlich life. You cannot, I said before, your business life, your personal life, it's one, it's achdis, it's together. And if you're consistent, the oilam out there, the goyish welt out there is going to respect you. And you have to make a din v'cheshbon by yourself every day when you go to work. Why did the Rabbanu Shalom put me here? Why am I not still sitting in kollel? Because in your own inimitable way, you're doing the Rabbanu Shalom's mission. You're being Mekadesh Shem Shemaim. And if you do it properly, under the guidance of all the Rabbanim that are here, I'm sure that you're going to bring the Rabbanu Shalom Nachas Ruach of how you conduct your business lives. Thank you for listening.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org